because kids can see it.
Whoa!
Sorry about that. I will get my husband back later. Yes, okay, you're so funny. I was talking about it. And it appears. Oh, that was an evil laugh.
I want a divorce.
You're not getting one. Hi guys, burned out hair. Yes, you get to see my ugly mug again. This video is to do with Halloween movies that are must-see over Halloween. So I've gone down the path this last week or so, finding out what movies I like to watch, probably all round, a year round, but especially on Halloween. So I'm going to run down my top 10. When it gets to the last 3, I might go a bit more in-depth with them. However, I might not. I don't really know how this video is going to pan out. I don't really know. I've never done a film like this before. I'm quite safe in doing my daily rituals or doing my runs or doing my tarots. So telling you my top horror stories or top horror movies to watch over Halloween or the Halloween period, I'm not used to. However, let's get on with it. So I have my green lighting, I have my salt lamp on, I have my candles on, I have my protection. Got no pillows, apart from the pillows back there. You might need some pillows to hide behind. Right, so my first, well, we'll go from 10 upwards. So I have little notes here, so please do, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll muddle through somehow. We'll muddle through. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I got all the Paranormal Activities. Yeah. I watched them maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I was off sick when I was watching them, and it was in October. Yeah. And quite frankly, they scared the living shit out of me. Yeah. I do get scared in movies, but at the same time, I don't. But these looked realistic. And if you're like me, yeah, I like to try and explain the unexplainable. And they did it so well that I wouldn't watch it again, especially not in October time, where the veil for the living and the dead is so slim. Not for me. I don't want to. However, the Paranormal was, I think it was a 2007 film, an American supernatural horror. It was based on it was based on footage of someone that was just living their normal day-to-day lives, and one of them got you know, had something attached to them. So yeah, so watching all them over the Halloween period would be good. At number 9, now I watched this when I was late teens, early 20s, with an ex. I'll tell you it first. The Exorcist. The Exorcist. And the reason it scares me, not because it is a brilliant orchestrated piece. Orchestrated is probably the wrong word. Great piece of footage. Also the makeup and everything. It scared me. And when I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, I loved horror movies to that day, so still loved horror movies. Weren't particularly understanding of this at the time, so obviously, like people would, because they didn't understand this, I had similar fears of this. Haven't got fears of it now, I understand it more now. So yeah, The Exorcist, I was sort of like cuddling in my bedroom with the boyfriend, like you do. He fell asleep. I was watching this particular part where, you know the bit where she's just sitting there, but you can see that she's got all this makeup on, you can see it's not her, and she's just sitting there very angelically. Scary as fuck, but angelically. And all my candles went out all at the same time. They'd all ran out at the same time, left me in complete darkness, apart from the TV light, and freaked me out. So, trying not to wake up my ex-partner, I tried to get loads more candles lit. So I just turned the bloody light on and go, oh shit. I put more candles on, I got more candles out, and freaked the daylights out of me. However, there are parts of that movie that I really can't watch. Yeah, it's an American supernatural horror again. And it was based in 1953. 53? 73. 1973. And it was based on a girl who was possessed. Like the Paranormal Activity was possessed. And her mother, through all attempts to try and rescue her, which she did in the end, didn't go down too well with 2 priests, unfortunately. So, yeah, but those 2 films really do scare me, to the point if I watch them on my own, I have to watch them in the morning. And then at night time, I literally have to have my husband cuddle up to bed too at night. Really, really, I mean, if you're into that stuff, and I like explaining the unexplained, but because I've said October, and I'm starting to understand things now about the spirits and the spirit realm, October is the thinnest veil for spirits, and I do not want to attract a negative one. No, 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 not in this household. So the next one is It. Now, It, I do like. I like the 1990s version. It scares me, but it doesn't. I like the fact that Tim Curry is the clown, plays it very well, very playful. But yeah, I feel the 1990s clown, It, I don't find that scary. Sorry, Tim. Sorry. However, I love the clown in It 1919 because of the playfulness. However, It in 2017 and 2019, I do not like the clown. The guy that plays It is so frightening that, wow, he needs applauding. He performs this so beautifully, where it scares the shit out of me as an adult. And I did see a documentary once of them talking, and I saw 11:11 just on the new path. This is a new path for me. I did see the guy who played It. Oh, hang on. What am I not listening to? Yeah, I did hear the guy on an interview say sometimes he just improvised and let the actors run, and that's some of the best footage that they got. So yeah, but for it to be scary would have to be the 2017 and the 2019 one for me to be scary. Oh, and the guy that played the bad guy and lived as an adult playing the bad guy in It 2017, yeah, he looked so much like a young River Phoenix. So much like a young River Phoenix. And that kind of creeped me out too, how they got a sort of like young looking River Phoenix actor lookalike. If you're not sure who River Phoenix is, by the way, just Google him. He used to be a famous actor. Just Google him. So yeah, the It is about a clown that goes around killing. It does kill adults, but mainly kids, because kids can see it. Whoa! Sorry about that. I will get my husband back later. Yes, okay, you're so funny. I was talking about It. And It appears. Oh, that was an evil laugh.
I want a divorce.
You're not getting one. Yes, okay, bye-bye. Anyway, sorry about that. It is a I've lost track now, sorry. It is a child killer because it is a clown. Although it's more than a clown, it's a light that makes you hypnotised and will kill you, basically. But it goes around as a clown and basically preys on children. And the bit I like in both the It's, more than in the 1990s, is how they've got a book of history and they flip through the book. They flip through the book and every 30 years, like a certain pandemic we were in, every 30 years, it appears.
In Georgie's room. Look!
I'll kill you all. I'll drive you crazy and I'll kill you all. I'm every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
Intriguing. Right, so the next one, and I'm really sorry guys, I haven't been saying which ones. So it was number 8, Exorcist was number 9, and the Paranormal Activity was number 10. So at number 7 we now have Sleepy Hollow. So Sleepy Hollow is a 1990s gothic. Hello. I do like the gothic look. Is a gothic film, supernatural film, and obviously Tim Burton is a brilliant director when it comes to gothic horrors. Just brilliant at horror movies, really good. And then when you get people like actors like Christina Ricci and Helen Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp playing in his films, you know it's going to be a good film. Now this is actually one of my favourite films, but it hasn't made the top because I feel there's a certain film, and I don't know whether it's a franchise or not, but there's a certain film that has to be watched in Halloween. A certain film that has to be watched. So yeah, this film didn't scare me. I was more entertained by this film. However, if you watch it at night on your own with no lighting, just candles flickering and stuff like that, yeah. Can't do. Have to watch all horrors in the morning. However, on Halloween night, I do watch them in the evening, hoping that hubby hasn't got to go anywhere, and now I've got someone around me, and I've got my protection, and I'm in my sacred space. By the way, this is my bedroom, and this is my sacred sanctuary to basically do all my meditation and stuff. I am eventually going to overhaul it. But at the moment, this is my sacred sanctuary. So yeah, it's Sleepy Hollow is about a New York City, or no, a New York village, sorry, a New York village where they have a headless horseman. They have a headless horseman, and basically the legend is the horsemen ride around chopped off heads here, there and everywhere, and at the end of the day it was just witchcraft, because it explains it. Sorry, my ears keep ringing. What am I not hearing? So if you see me do this in my films now, it's because I can't remember where left or right, but sometimes if there's ringing in your ears, I've been told to hold your ear there and just say, what am I not listening to? And sometimes the ringing will go away, and then sometimes it won't. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know why I've got my headphones in. Why have I got my headphones in? Actually, yeah, it blocks out something so I can hear myself. And 444 came up on that, if you want to Google it. So yeah, the next film we shall get on, because I don't want this film to be too long. And I've got a lot of editing to do on this film as well. So the next film would be The Gift. Now, I watched this as a teenager, and it was about a woman with psychic abilities, and I think she was also a tarot reader. But she had these psychic abilities, and in this particular movie, there was murder, obviously, and she was getting visions of how the person was murdered and who did the murder. So yeah, and that The Gift was a American supernatural film in 2000, in 2000, and I didn't even know that this film had been written by Billy Bob Thornton and Tom Epinson. So I didn't know that this film had been written by a film star, a famous film star as well. But yeah, this movie, this film, caught my eye at a very young age. So that was 2000. I would have been, again, late teens. Have you noticed all my films for over the Halloween period are from my childhood? Some from my, I mean, not the 70s ones, because I weren't born then. But some of them I watched as a child. And the very first film, and I will put this in here, not in my list, the very first film I watched as a child or pre-teen, I was 11 years old. Mum was 8 with a boyfriend. My sister had to babysit me. Hi, Claire. My sister had to babysit me, and she thought, I think, this is what I'm getting. She thought it'd be very funny to get, what was it, the Nightmare on Elm Street on, turn the lights off, sit there with me for like 10 minutes watching it. Watching this girl writhing around the ceiling in blood with somebody slashing her, blood going everywhere, just writhing around. And then she decides to go upstairs, leaving me to watch the whole film as an 11-year-old girl in complete darkness. Since then, my love for horrors. However, it backfired on her because that night I wouldn't sleep in my room, and because she was the only teen adult, I slept in her room with her. So yeah, backfired. So then, moving on, we're going down to number 5 now. Is the Blair Witch Project. Again, I watched this as a late teen. I went to the cinema to watch this. That was, again, 2000, so I must have been about 18, 19 at the time. So I went with an ex. All these horror movies. I can understand now when my husband says I don't like it when you watch horror movies now. Yeah, so I went and saw this with my ex, and it was so believable. It was in documented form. It was so believable that I had to research it. I had to research the ghost that they were looking for, the legend of it. I had to look for it because I believed it. It weren't until the actors, years later, come forward and go, by the way, it weren't a real story. It was a film on a myth of that time. However, there is a lot of traumatic events that went round in that myth, and a lot of people did get killed, and a lot of kids got killed because they did go and explore. So, and if you go and look at the documentary of it, it will tell you. You can go on YouTube here and think it was a bit of a, yeah. But still, no, I will. It terrifies me even now. And I have seen Blair Witch 2. So Blair Witch 2 I also have put in this. So that's number 5. Oh, guys. Before I came back on here, yeah, I just had Alexa just ping up at me and frick the bloody life out of me. So not only has my husband fricked the life out of me today by doing this film, even Alexa's doing it. Oh, right. So we got to the 4th. Now the 4th I do like. So the 4th one is The Craft and The Craft Legacy.
Listen to the color of your dream.
So I've only just seen The Craft Legacy. Now, I can't pronounce the woman's name, but at the end, she makes a cameo appearance. And when she was in The Craft, I might have to show you this bit. I know it's copyright, but I've got to show you this bit.
watch out for those weirdos.
We are the weirdos, mister.
The way she dressed is the way I've always wanted to dress. The attitude of her, not so much now, but when I was a teenager, the attitude of her, I loved. I absolutely loved. And the saying was, you look out for those weirdos. Yeah? Me being a practicing witch now laughs at that. Absolutely laughs at that. Because I want to say what that actress says. And she says, we are the weirdos, mister. Rock on. Rock on. Because me, I embrace my weirdness. I embrace my weirdness. And it's witchcraft weirdness. Spirituality weirdness. What is weirdness? So yeah, The Craft is a 1996 American teen supernatural horror film. It's about a high school girl going to a new high school, basically, trying to make a life for herself in a new setting. Yeah. And there's these three witches that need their fourth to count all the corners of the elements so that they can amplify their magic. This is why I don't like doing this. This is why I like practicing on my own. Watch this, and this is why I like practicing on my own. And no hexes. No hexes on anyone. I like practicing and protecting myself. That's why I practice. I protect myself. So yeah, I absolutely adored this film. The Craft, the Legacy, I did like, but I liked how the fact that they tried to stem in certain aspects of the original film. Yeah, if this wasn't for the top Halloween, this probably would have been a little way bit more. I've got several that probably would have been on my number one. Several films. Because I like so many horrors. Yeah, there probably would be several films. My husband will sit there, and if I see it's like I saw Sleepy Hollow. I think it was on Netflix. I saw Sleepy Hollow on Netflix. And I went, ooh! Sleepy Hollow, like this, and he went, you sick, twisted individual girl. Like, yeah. Oh, my laugh today. Oh, I need a laugh. It's a cackle. Oh well. We'll put some scary screaming across that. Oh man, sorry, I've gone now. I've gone. Anyway, so we're at the 3. Yeah, the top 3 now. So now I'm going to try and get a bit more why I chose these 3. And the reason I chose these 3 because they're all based on a Halloween night. All 3 of these films are based around Halloween night. And that's why they're at my top 3. And the third one is The Purge. Now this one, yes, does quite frankly scary because it could come in. And it just quite frankly scares me to the core that you could have one night of pure murdering people you don't like and getting away with it. Because just think about it, all year round you're not allowed to do it. One person upsets you, and I've upset a lot of people in my time, I must admit. I have upset a lot of people in my time. Try not to. I try and ask for forgiveness, and then I forgive myself. But yeah, quite frankly, this film scares the living shit out of me again. I mean, literally scares the shit out of me. So, and as I saw there, it was 70707. Do you know what? The angels are actually, although they were applauding at me, yeah, I think 0707 or something with 7 in, yeah, the angels are applauding usually. I think, although they might be applauding, they won't be laughing at me. I think they were laughing at me then, thinking, you just get on with it. They don't want to hear this, Bernadette. Just get on with it. I think they're laughing at me. I think the spirits are having a bit of a laugh and a joke at my expense, maybe. And they can do. They can do. I mean, have you had I've had a spirit that's played all sorts with me. Played me up all sorts. And they know when I've had enough. Because I will say, look, come on, mate, enough is enough. Let's harmonise now. Let's harmonise. And yeah, so whenever I come into a new home or go into a new place and I feel uneasy, I always tell, thank you, whoever's liked my video on TikTok. Thank you. Yes, I'm on TikTok. Where was I again? I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, spirits. You see, I told you they're having a laugh at me. Whenever I go in somewhere new, I always say to them, my place is your place. Let's live in harmony and everything will be good. I don't want to steal their home. I'm sure they don't want to steal my home. Let's live together in harmony. Right, so that was The Purge. The second one is The Crow. Now, I watched this as a young teen. The film was in 2004. Not 2004. 1994. The person that played the main character in this, may he rest in peace, was, I think, and quote me if I am wrong, I think was killed in filming this piece. But luckily enough, they shot the whole movie and done this last scene. And I think one of the blank bullets was a real bullet. So, but yeah, The Crow is, again, an American. All my horror movies are American. I have not seen one British horror movie. They've all been American. Thanks, America. Yeah, so The Crow is the night before Halloween. So they called it, I can't remember what they called it now in the film. Again, I might have to put that up on, get the film bit up and see what they say on it. So yeah, it's about a guy and his fiancée, and they got murdered the night before Halloween, because they were meant to be getting married on Halloween. And there was this gang came in, murdered them the next year, same night before Halloween. He's resurrected and he goes on a murderous rampage to basically, you know, get his revenge back on what happened to him and his beloved, basically. And so that's the reason that's the second Halloween must-see. Again, purely because it's on a Halloween kind of night, Devil's Night, I think they called it. Devil's Night, I think they called it. No, I don't like calling anything around spiritual negative. There's no negative thing to me for spiritualism. Yeah, I don't like negative things. So I try to be a positive, good practicing witch. I will not do anything out of my comfort zone. I will not do anything that I don't understand. I will not hex anyone. I will protect myself. Because I feel if I'm hexing them, what does that make me? I will not hex anyone. And for the last ones, and it's got to be a must-have. I'm sorry. You can disagree with me if you want. Nice, polite opinions on this film, please. I don't want any trolls. Be nice. But I feel that my must-go-to watch on Halloween night is Halloween. All of them. Just have a marathon day on Halloween, watching all, even the third one, even the third Halloween, just watching them all. And make sure you've got your, yeah. You need your pillows. Yeah, these are my notes. You need your pillows. Definitely need your pillows. So yeah, do I have to explain Halloween? Michael Myers kills his sister, goes on a murderous rampage to try and kill Jamie Lee Curtis. Never ever dies.
Jesus Christ walks into a hotel. Ow. He hands the innkeeper 3 nails and he asks, "Don't you ever fucking die? You put me up for the night?"
That's a quote. That's a thing. Don't you ever die? He never dies. Oh, and I did see a TikTok where it was so funny. I'll see whether I can get it. 1515 just popped up. I'll see whether I can get it. Where Michael Myers is in the cinema frame, And it said even Michael Myers is too old for this SHIT. So, that's my 10 must-see films over the Halloween period. I hope you like this. If you agree, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Click the notification bell on all. I will try and upload every Saturday. I will try and make this film as enjoyable as me just kind of rambling on here. I hope you like the bloopers and stuff with me getting shit scared by my husband. And 1616 just come up. But yeah, they are my 10 films. And I just feel if this was my favourite 10, it'd probably be a little bit different. But as it's my 10 films for Halloween, it's got to be Halloween at number 1. Okay, guys. Protect yourself. Stay safe. Stay safe. And have a good Halloween. Bye.